Hello, my name is William Douglas, and today I'll show you guys how to restring an electric guitar. Um, Music has been an important form of expression for thousands of years. It's allowed people to tell stories and to entertain and perform for large audiences. Music is performed with instruments such as the electric guitar, and to ensure that they produce quality sound, um, you need to restring and replace the guitar strings. A little bit about the electric guitar itself. It was popularized in the 1950s and it became a symbol of rock and roll, according to the Smithsonian. Fender began to mass produce its Telecaster model in the 1950s, but that's not the model that I'm going to work with today. Today I'm going to be working with the Stratocaster and restringing this guitar specifically. Now, without further ado, let's discuss the tools and the materials that we will be using today. A new pack of guitar strings, wire clippers to cut the strings, a cloth to clean up the parts that are covered up by the strings right now, and a string winder to tighten and loosen the guitar strings. That brings us on to our first step of this process, is loosening the strings. So you're going to take the guitar winder, string winder, and loosen the string. Basically, you're going to want a lot of slack so that when you cut it, it's not going to hit back and hit you in the face. Now that the guitar string is loose, you can take your wire cutters, and cut the string. Now that the string is cut, what you can do is, because the string's coming through the back, you take that and pull this other part of the string out and throw that in the trash. This is the part where you do have to be careful though, because these strings can be sharp. So now that one string is off, now would be a good time to mention that once all the strings are off, I won't be doing that for time purposes, but it'd be a great time to clean up the parts that won't be normally accessed because the strings are in the way, such as the fretboard, the head up here, and in between the pickups over here. So now that the fretboard and the pickups are clean and the strings are off the guitar, we can talk about replacing the strings. Today I'm using Ernie balls, super slinky strings, and some color coordinate through the donut hole on the end, which I will show later. But the way Ernie ball does it is they have specific gauges. This string, which is the one that I haven't replaced yet, takes a 42 gauge, and that's the string that I'll use in this spot. So the donut hole I was talking about earlier is this part right here. It kind of looks like a donut. Sometimes they color coordinate it, but this specific pack does not. So now it's time to insert the string. The string is inserted through the back of the guitar. This hole right here corresponds to this part of the bridge right here. So we'll insert it. It comes out through the top. If something like this does happen, take it out a little bit, ensure that the bridge is flat. And you can take it all the way over here. Now, we need to cut it because there's so much excess string. What Fender does is they recommend 2 tuning pegs after the one that you want to attach it to. You cut it. So 1, 2, cut it right about here. And throw that away. Now before we insert the string in to the tuning peg, we're going to want to turn the tuning peg so that the hole is pointing downward. That's what we got right now. So now we can insert the string through the bottom so that it will come out through the top. We want to leave a small amount, but not the whole thing. Do not pull it out all the way, because you want the string to wrap around the tuning peg. Now what you can do is just start turning the peg. This would also be a good time to get the string winder out as well. Speed that up. That sound right there is just from the plastic and the tuning peg just rubbing up on each other. That's the sound. And I believe that's actually in tune. Now that the guitar has new strings and is clean, we can play better with brighter sounding strings. With that, I want to thank you for your time and have a good night.